A pleasure to be here again. Okay, let me remove the music. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here with you again. It is the second day of the World Business Summit, and I do hope that this summit today you will meet your expectation based on the things that I have promised you. This summit today is going to meet with your expectation. Great, guys. So today I'll be taking my session, and after my session, we'll have the first guest speaker for today. That's in person of Dimeji. He's the financial controller of the Pertinence Group, and he's also the executive director of Extra Think Tank Solution. And of course, after his session, we'll be having Jeffrey Akioya, who will be taking us on sales and marketing apps for SMEs. So today is loaded, it's loaded. I don't want to miss today's sessions because I will not promise you a free, unlike, sorry, let me remove that sound. Unlike yesterday, I did give out the link for people to go check it again. I mean, watch the replay. So today may not be like that, of course. So I'll be taking my session, and I hope that you get the best of today's session. Okay, so I'll be sharing my slide, and the topic I hope to deliver today is titled Purpose and Strategies for Growing SMEs. Purpose and Strategies for Growing SMEs. Purpose and Strategies for Growing SMEs. And I want you to, be rest assured that you're going to get the best from today's session. If you are online and you can hear me, I want you to type in the comment box one. I want to type one. Type one in the comment box. If you can hear me, type one in the comment box. While I'm waiting, let me play music. I want to type one in the comment box. You can hear me. So I'm waiting. I want you to type one in the comment box. You can hear me. Okay, guys, so as not to waste my time because I have a very short time before the first guest for today will come up. So, my topic, like I said earlier, is purpose and strategies for growing SMEs. Purpose and strategies for growing SMEs. Now, who is or what is or who is SME? Of course, simply small medium enterprise, small and or micro medium enterprise or small businesses. As long as you have less than 500 people working in your organization, you are regarded to as a small business. Okay, so today I'll be teaching largely on how to grow an SME. Of course, I want to talk firstly on the purpose of SMEs, and then I'll now, move straight into talking about the strategies to growing an SME. So I want to believe that everyone on this call today are, owners of one SME or the other. So of course, founders, business owners of an SME, and so I'll be talking on purpose and strategies for growing SME. So let's go straight into the session because I really don't have much time today. Now, as a way of introducing the topic, um, to say that growth will happen in an organization is not something that is magical. It's not something that is perfect. No growth ever happens in any organization without the input of the principal. That is the input of the founder, which is you, or the input of even the stakeholders. And so today I'm talking largely to you, the business owner, the business, founder. Let me be sure that my voice is audible enough so that I will not just, be talking to an empty gadget in front of me. In an organization, or no growth ever happen to a business or in any business without the input of the principal, the founder. And I must tell you that if your organization, if your business will grow, it is mostly about and you alone. You can't separate you can't separate yourself from your business. You cannot separate your values, your belief, your personalities, even your orientations. You cannot separate it from your business. If you are not cool with who you are, then you will not be cool with your business because you are not different from your business. It is the level of information you have at your fingertips that will determine how far or how large your company or your business will grow. So today I'm talking to you, the principal of the business. My focus is majorly on you. You know why? Because without you, your business will not even start in the first place. So if we would say that what is the first capital any business requires to start, I would not say it's finance. As a matter of fact, finance seems to be even the last of it's not even the first, it's not the first, it's not the second on top of the list. Finance is just one of the things that is needed for a business to, commence or for a business to move forward. But firstly, the first point of contact for any business to start, for any business to, shoot high, is you, the person who is starting the business. You are the carrier of the vision. You are the carrier of, the problem. You are the carrier of the the solution that the business is coming to solve. So without you, your business has no reason for starting in the first place. So you are much more important even than the business. That is why it is said that most small business owners, when they are sick, their business is also sick. And in this, meeting, in this summit, I'll be helping you to see how that you should not build your business around yourself, so that when you are, indisposed, your business too don't have to be indisposed. You have to, separate the business, of course, from your personality or your person, your health when it is down. I don't pray that you are going to go down. But of course, sometimes our body needs rest. And of course, what if you need to spend time with your family? You have a function, a social function in the family, and you have to go. What happens to your business? So without you, your business cannot stand in the first place. So you are much more even important than any business whatsoever. Yes, the Corporate Affairs Commission has said that business is a separate entity Any business whatsoever is a separate entity apart from, of course, apart from the sole proprietorship business, the one-man business, like we heard yesterday. So any business that is starting as a limited liability company is solely different from the founder, from the owner of the business. That is why if there is any liable cause for a business, the founder is not held responsible in the first place. The business is held responsible. Just like the guest yesterday was talking about, if there's an accident, probably your company's car hits another car, and then who was going to be liable, who is going to be held accountable for repairing what has happened? Yes, most of the time it should be the business that's be liable for it, and so that is why I'm saying that you are different from the business, but at the same time, you your level of exposure, your level of information, your level of your values, your belief, your orientations, everything has to do with how your business is going to grow. Now, I want to check every business you think is succeeding out there, and I will bet you to you that the progress, the success the business is recording or the businesses are recording is not far-fetched from what the principals, the founders are even becoming. So that is why I'm talking to you, the business owner, because you are much more important than even the business. Without you, without your belief, without your orientation, without the right information at your fingertips, the business will also suffer. So that is why today I'm dealing much more with the principle of the business. So let's look at the purpose of SMEs, the purpose of every SME, the purpose of every SME. Now, it is mostly important as a person. Okay, sorry. Before we talk about the purpose of SME, let me make you realize that when it comes to you, your personal education is so much more important. That's why I said earlier that it is your level of information, the information you have at your fingertips, the level of exposure, it's your level of orientation, and your level of interest in learning that will determine how much your business will grow. So your personal education is key in achieving anything whatsoever that you want your business to achieve. Now look at your business. What do you desire that your business become? Where do you desire the business? Where do you desire that the business should be today? Now Okay, guys. So sorry. I had a little issue with the internet, so we are going to take it from where we stopped. I was talking about you not being different from business, so I still remember where I stopped, and I was going to talk about personal education. How that without educating yourself, without the intention, taking deliberate, making deliberate efforts to grow, that your business will not also move forward. So personal education is key when it comes to growing your business. It's even at the center of your business. So your personal education exposes you to fresh ideas, to innovations, and even to solutions that your business may be experiencing. Personal education is key. Personal education is key. So without personal education, without growing yourself, without desiring to study, to go further in your studies, the chances that your business will also suffer from it is high. So personal education is not difficult to come by at all, especially in these days, in this period where information is almost everywhere. Personal education is key. It is easy to easily come by. Very, very easy. There are so many books today that you can lay your hands on and read on business. So many things have been written. In short, my conclusion is that there is no secret that has not been exposed. There is no secret that has not been exposed. Now, ask me what I meant by that statement. Every secret you need to grow any business has been exposed. Now, the secret might have been written in a book, it might have been written on a blog post, it might have been written, um, uh, uh, in a seminar. You may get it even from a seminar, mentors. You can get it from people who are already, ahead of you in the industry where you play. So personal education is not difficult to acquire. You can always acquire education the moment you begin to show interest. And I've just mentioned places where all of this education can be acquired on the internet, via blog posts or YouTube videos, or even all of these online courses, or from mentors who have gone ahead of you in the field, or books. You can't go wrong with business books. You can lay your hands on business books. I tell you, it has a way of helping you get to move your business forward. So apparently, the value you bear will directly rub on the value your business stands for. If you have seen the core values of most businesses, you would discover that the core values of businesses is not different from the core values that the founders bear. Now let's take for example, if you have grown yourself as somebody who cherish integrity so much, the chances that integrity or purity will be part of the business your business core values is high. The chances that you will impute integrity or purity as your core value in the business is high, because that is what you stand for. That is what you have been known with. That is what you have been known with, and you want that to also rub on your business. So the value you bear is directly proportional to the value that your company bear. Okay, so in other words, the secret of great businesses, like I said earlier, lies in the stories of their founders. You cannot separate the growth of a business from their founders or their owners or people who are running it. Every business you desire to see, or every business you see going out there, uh, have traces of their growth in their founders or in their owners. So quickly, let's talk about the purpose of SMEs. the purpose of SME. And firstly, I would like to talk about personal satisfaction. Meanwhile, I want you to know this. I'm just speaking for out of the many or numerous purposes for starting a business in the first place. Because I personally believe that these four keys or these four purposes that I'm going to be sharing with you in this session is key, is very, very important in every business, including your own. So the first thing first, like I have here on my slide, is personal satisfaction. What is the main reason for starting a business in the first place? If you are not going to get personal satisfaction from it, so many people jump into business just because they want to, escape 9 to 5. They don't want to serve their boss forever. They don't want to say sa. So they just want to have something that will bring about or start something that will bring about personal satisfaction to them. So if you are starting a business or you are running a business presently, it has to what? Give you personal satisfaction. It has to be that you are happy doing what you are doing. You are catching fun doing what you are doing. So if you are running a business and every now and then you get complaining about how it is, taking a part of your life, then you are not getting satisfaction from it. Now check why most people are doing the business they are doing. You will discover that it has something to do with their personal satisfaction. So the second thing is learning opportunity. Now there's no business that will not give you the opportunity to learn one thing or the other. Every business will of course give you opportunity to learn. Just like I mentioned earlier, you can always leverage when you read books, you learn yourself, and of course, you apply it to your business. So it gives you the opportunity to learn wide and even to learn from other, industries, from other fields. Because in relating with people, in relating with customers, relating with vendors, relating with suppliers, and every other principal or stakeholders that work in your organization, you get to learn one or two things from them. So it gives you the learning opportunity as a business owner. It gives you opportunity to learn from different things from people, even from the product yourself. You also still learn something from there. Now the third point here is freedom of time. Freedom of time. Like I said earlier, so many people jump into business because they want to have freedom of time. They don't want to, be sold to 9 to 5, so that and they will not have, time for their families. So it gives, freedom of time, purpose of a business. The business gives freedom of time. You have time to do whatever you like. You have time to go to where you like. Of course, if you want to run business, if you want to run a successful business, you should go or spend your time wisely on things that will make you grow and on things that will make your business grow. Don't forget, the more you grow, the more your business grows. And so the fourth point is financial freedom. Now, this is an aspect that I love to talk about so much that I even have a blog that I run for this, because every business is meant to give financial freedom to their founder. So if you are running a business and it's not heading towards giving you financial freedom, then you should sit back again and look at how you can restructure your business and how you can begin to run your business so that it will lead you into giving you this financial freedom that you desire. Because if at all you don't want financial freedom, because you are running a business or you have chains of businesses, then it should give you what? Financial freedom. So these are the four purposes of a business that I wanted to take away from this class. Now the my next slide talks about strategies for growth. Strategies for growing SME. Strategies for growing SMEs. What are the strategies for growth? The first thing first I have here is you should understand your big picture. Now, if you are starting a business and you don't have a big picture, you are not starting. Because in the first place, it is the big picture that should drive your business. The big picture, the vision for the business should drive you. If you have spotted a problem in the community, or or you have spotted a problem in the globe, in the world, and you feel you have solution to it, then that is the big picture. And even if it is not big, you have to make it big, because to every picture, to every problem you are coming to solve, there is a bigger side, or there is a bigger, thing to achieve with it. So you have to what? Understand your big picture very well. Understand your big picture very well. Now let me make you understand something. It is not a problem to cast a big vision, to have a big picture for your business. No, don't have any problem with it. As a matter of fact, what I would advise is that you should cast a vision that is bigger than what you can handle. I'm going to be saying something that has to do with that later on. But what I'm saying in essence is cast a vision that is bigger than what you can handle, because the bigger your vision, the more you stretch yourself. And if you are not stretching yourself as a businessman, you have not started. So cast a big vision, and as you continue to run the business, your big picture will begin to fall in place. Now, let me give you an analogy of how that you don't have to stress yourself over casting a big vision. Have you seen a scroll before? A scroll. Now, how does a scroll look like? It's something that you have to open gradually, and then the more you open a scroll, the more you get to see what is written in it. The more you open, the more you see. That is how your vision should be. Your vision should be written on the entire scroll, so that when you begin to, make move, begin to take action, you begin to see how that every step you take is leading to achieving the big picture. So cast a big picture for your business and make sure you understand it. You can grow. You don't have to see the end. Just like I said, you don't have to see the end to make your moves. If you have a big picture for your business, you don't have to, see the end immediately before you make your move. So long you have an understanding of what it will look like, then make your move. Make your move, because in every move or action you take, there will always be clarity of the vision. And even if your vision is not big enough, there is room for you to expand, to rewrite. If you rewrite your vision, nobody is going to arrest you for it. If you rewrite the vision statement for your business, for your company, nobody is going to arrest you for it. So let's move to the second point: how to grow your business. Plan to grow into the big picture. So many people write their, business plan, their business vision, but they don't get a plan on how to grow into the picture. Now, every business can be done internationally or locally. There's no business that cannot be done internationally. I assure you, there's no business. There's no business. You can have customers from overseas, from abroad. You can have customers from different parts of the world patronizing your business, irrespective of what you sell. It may be a local business meeting local needs, but of course, you can always have customers from different, from different continents. So there's no business that cannot, be done internationally. When you plan to grow into your big picture, you will begin to look for ways to attract customers even from different parts of the world. Now, you can grow from local to the global community depending on how you make your plan. You have the capacity to grow from where you are now to even the global community. And you have to be deliberate about it. You must deliberately look for clients even in this global space. Deliberately, because that will inform your interest in growing your vision into, in growing yourself, growing your business into the big picture. Let's take the third point. Now, trash the one man business mentality. At this point, I don't mean to say that you should not run your business alone. I mean, you should not, sorry, I don't mean to say that you should not be the director. Of course, you can't be the only director. I don't mean to say that you should not be the only founder of the business. I meant to say that you should not run the business alone. Whatever business you are doing, you can actually bring people on board to join you in the business. And I don't also mean to say that you must give people a stake in your business. What I'm simply saying is that by the time you have plan to grow your business into the big picture you have seen, then you will not have a choice than to begin to, bring in people to work with you. I want you to take note of this. You will do less when you are alone in this journey. When you are the only person thinking for the business, you will do less. One of the ways by which you will not be the only one running the business is when you even carry your employees along. You have people working with you, when you carry them along in whatever business that you do, then they will also begin to think for the business. They will begin to think for the business. They will begin to think for the business. And the more you have people think for you or the business. So don't go alone in running the business. Don't work alone. Never work alone. You may own the vision, but don't own the process. Don't own the process alone. Bring people on board to work with you. Have plans to bring people on board. You may not bring people on board when you are just starting, but make sure you have plan to bring people on board. And there are different ways you can bring people on board. You can bring people on board as fellow founders. You can bring people as partnership. You can bring people on board as employees. You can bring people on board as advisors, or you can bring people on board as vendors. Don't just do the work all alone. Irrespective of the business you are doing, don't work alone. So, so you can collaborate with businesses, sure that the business waiting. We are waiting for our guest. He's joining us very, very shortly. So please hang on, hang on. He will join us very, very shortly. I want to see your comments in the comment box, please. Let me. Okay. Good to see you. Good to see your face. Oh.
Bros, well done, sir.
I celebrate you, sir.
Well done, sir. Celebrate you too.
I was wondering what was happening when.
No, try to connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your session also starts like some minutes ago. So
Yeah.
we'll just go straight into it. You should be able to see how where to share your screen or your slides from your
Yes,
end.
screen. Yes, I'm seeing share screen.
Okay, great. So
Share screen. What I will
so
do is let me just do this. Um, Come,
the next thing should be you. So,
you said.
ladies and gentlemen, we are having today the financial controller of Pertinence Group and also the executive director of Extra Think Tank Solution in our midst today. Is here to talk to us about bookkeeping and simple accounting for SME. So, over to you, sir.
Okay. Well done, sir. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everywhere you are. Happy to be here once again. Happy to be here. Happy to be part of this great family. Yeah, happy to be here. So very happy once again because I think this year this is my first appearance. This is my first speaking appearance, and I know it will be worthwhile this morning, this evening, this afternoon. In this part of the world, this is evening. Okay, without missing words and saying too many things, I think I will just need us to go into what we have to do today. And so it's so simple. A lot of businesses or a lot of business owners have understood a lot about business. Some of them even tell you they know about how to run a successful business. Some of them even tell you they know that finance is very important in business. But the truth is, it's not the knowing, but it is in the doing. Yeah, it's not in the knowing, it is in the doing. Because in doing is where the real deal is. Yeah, it is in the doing. Now, I was talking to some set of people, I think sometimes last year, and I was talking to them, they are entrepreneurs too, talking to them about how important it is for us as a person, as a business owner, to keep records. Now, as a business owner, I don't need you, or I don't even expect you to keep records like a professional. I don't expect you to keep professional records. But one thing I understand is I want you to keep actual records. There are some records that you must keep as a business owner. As a business owner, there are things that happen. Now, let me give you this scenario. There was something that happened. Okay, somebody called me, I think 2 weeks ago. There are supposed to be some regulatory bodies in their office to inspect some of the things they do. They wanted to give them some funds, like a grant. And they got to the company and asked them, say, okay, now, what and what do you have in place? Mentioned, okay, we have this, we have that, we have staff strength of this, we have all of this. Now, they have asked them, okay, do you have an audited account? Or do you have a financial statement? Because there is no investor, there is no regulatory body, or there is no one that wants to give a grant to you that would not first ask for financials. They will want to ask for your financials, and the financials will just tell them the state of the company. You don't need to talk. So for you to get a financial statement, for you to get an audited account, it must come from a source document. And that source document is the document you keep. Even if you don't keep that document like a professional, but you have a record of it, this is what is this is what this is what this is. When we come in as professionals, we now help you put it together to become a financial statement. And it is so key for us to understand that fact in laying the foundation. So let's move straight to the slide. Hope you can see my slide. Hope we can see it. I want to be sure we are seeing it. Okay, now, okay, are we seeing it? I want to be sure we are seeing the slide. Okay, I think
yeah, we can see your slide.
Okay, good. I want to be sure so that I don't just keep talking. Okay, now, bookkeeping and simple accounting for SMEs. Now, for SMEs, what you do is simple accounting. The word simple there does not mean simple as it were. It means must do. Simple must do accounting. So there are some accounting, there are some records you must keep, there are some accounting you must do as a business owner, no matter how small your business is. It helps you to structure your business. It helps the structure of your business. And that's what we are talking about. Okay, what it is, record all that you earn, learn, and spend. That is record keeping. Record keeping is record all that you earn. Whatever comes into the company, you must record it. Whatever you you earn as a company, you must record it. Whatever you are giving as a company, either as a loan or as an overdraft or like a support, that's the lend. So whatever you are giving has been lent, has been borrowed, you need to record it too. You know why? Because you repay back someday. Even if you are not repaying back someday, there are accountability for the funds that have been collected. So you need to record it to know how you do going forward with those funds. Now, number 3, spend. Whatever you spend from your organization, whatever you spend from your record, you must record it. Every company spends per time. You have your operating expenses, you have administrative expenses, you have your capital expenses, you have different kinds of expenses. So what we are saying now is you must record everything that you earn as a company, that you borrow as a company, and that you spend as a company. Now, the categorization might not come in now. Okay, you will be like, okay, I spent this, maybe I spent 10,000 naira, I used 10,000 naira to buy food. Okay, how do I classify it? That is not your headache yet. As a business owner, yours is, okay, you spent 10,000 naira to buy food. Record it, put it somewhere, put date, put the amount, put the source that you spent from. Either you spent from cash or you spent from bank. Those are the record you need to keep as a business owner. You do not have time as a business owner, especially if you are a sole proprietor, if you are the only one that is running your business. You are the CEO of your business, you are the accountant of your business, you are the marketer of your business. All of those in your head, in this small head of yours, and in this small body of yours, you cannot carry all of it and do them at the same time. So all you just need to do is just put down, okay, this date, this is what happened. This date, this is what happened. When the professionals come in, we would help you now analyze it, put them where they are supposed to be. That's what we mean by that. Now, the scope of activity. Now, the scope of every record keeping is just 5. The scope of every record keeping is just 5. Now, you need to understand what you need to record. Now, you know, when I was explaining the previous slide, told you the first thing you need to do is record whatever comes in, whatever you lend to people or you borrow from people, and whatever you spend. Now, that is so broad, that is so wide. So I'm not coming now to break it down into how you should know what is what, which is which. So that's the scope of record keeping. Now, number 1 says purchases. This is the amount of goods a company bought, paid or unpaid, throughout a business cycle. Now, you need to understand that there are some businesses that are so distinct from the other. There are some businesses that are dynamic. Now, what is purchases to you as a business is purchases to this other business. But do you know that there are some things that you would classify, or there are some records that you would keep under purchases that some other companies will not keep? Why? Because of how your business is being run, because of the business object of your business, because of how you run the activities of your business. For example, there are some properties, there are some products that some businesses go to take or to collect from manufacturers. And what they do is, when they collect those products, what they now do is they sell those products. It is after sales that they return money back to the supplier or to the manufacturer. That's a form of purchase. Of course, you did not pay for it at that time, but you would still pay for it. So such record is to be kept. You come to me and say, okay, what you sell is maybe you sell hand gloves. So you have a manufacturer that gives you the hand gloves, gives you maybe 50 pieces every week. All you do is after you sell that, you return some percentage of it back to the person, and you take the extra, which is maybe your profit. Now what you do is the 50 that you get every week from that person is your purchases. That is unpaid. It is your purchases. It is unpaid. So unpaid is what we talk about when you collect goods without paying at that particular time. But note that you will still pay. So you need to record it. Just put it down somewhere that this is what you do, or this is how you get your purchases. Now for some of us, what we do is we ensure that we pay for whatever we are buying. Whatever we are buying, we always ensure that we pay for it. Now, the second one, receipts. Receipt, very important. Now, receipts here, this means all inflow into the company, either it relates to the ordinary cost of the business or not. Now, every funds that come into the business, you must record everything as receipts. You must record everything as receipts. That you receive it. You must record everything as inflow. Now, all of those money might not be for you. All of those money might not be for the business. Now, let me give you an example. Somebody says, okay, because you have a business account, I want to take a contract from somewhere and they need a business account. Can I use your company to collect this contract so that they will pay the money into your company and I'll just give you a percentage of the fund? So you say, okay, no problem. Yes, I'll do that. You give the person the account number of your company. So once they pay that money into your own corporate account, what you now do is you take a percentage that you have agreed for yourself. The remaining part of it, you give it back to the person. Now, you know that fund that you are returning back to the person is not your fund. It came into your account, but it's going back out to the rightful owner. So that is a receipt in your inflow, but it does not have anything to do with the ordinary cost of your business. It does not have anything to do with the ordinary cost of your business. So once that happens, all you do is you have to record it and explicitly say this fund is not used by the company. It just came through our account and this was how it went out. So every receipt that comes into your business, every inflow must be recorded. Put it down. 1 naira entered your bank account. Okay, this 1 naira is for what? Okay, we bought something, and somebody wants to buy something. You write it down. This money came in, but it's not mine. I returned it back to the rightful owner. You write it down. This helps us when we are preparing financial statements or audited accounts for you. It helps to classify what we need to classify. Now, number 3, earnings. This is the profit made from the product or services sold. Product or services that you sell. These earnings means that whatever is the extra, whatever is the profit from every transaction you do, you must record it. Now, there's a big difference between what we call turnover, what we call sales, and what we call profit. Turnover is not profit. Sales is not profit. Earnings is your profit. So you need to specify, okay, you sell, maybe you sell bottled water. Now the total bottled water that you sell every day on the average is maybe 10 packs. A pack is 500 naira. 500 times 10, that's 5,000 naira. That 5,000 naira is revenue to you at that time, or sales to you at that time, or turnover to you at that time. But you bought that bottled water from the supplier at 450 naira each. So it means for every 5,000, for every 500 naira, you earn 50 naira as profit. You need to specify that also. This helps in the preparation of financial statements. This helps in the preparation of financial statements. This helps in the preparation of financial statements. You will see that I'm stressing it. The reason I'm stressing it is a lot of companies have run into problem or into trouble because they could not determine what is a profit margin from the sales of product or service that they render. So they have not been able to do that, and it has really affected their business. And that is one thing I want us to take note of this time. I want us to take note of this time. So number 4, sales. When we talk about sales, it means these are operating revenues earned by a company for selling its product or rendering its service. So what I explained about the bottled water is a practical example of sales. All the money that comes in as revenue, as turnover from the sales of products or from the sales of a service is what we call sales. You sell to someone, the total money that you sold that thing is what we call sales. So your profit is already in the total money. So you need to record everything that comes in as sales first before we will now take off your cost of sale and determine the earnings. Now, payments. Payment means it is the transfer of money, goods, or services in exchange for goods and services in acceptable proportion that have been previously agreed upon by all parties involved. Now, payment means that every outflow that goes out of your account, you need to record it. You know, I told you when I was talking about receipts, that every money that comes in, both the one that has to do with your business or that does not have to do with your business, is all that you record as receipts. But as payments, all you do is whatever goes out, either it relates to your business or it does not relate to your business too. You need to record it. 5,000 went for this, 2,000 went for this, 1 naira went for this. Record up to the nearest naira. 1 naira, 1 kobo, 1. You understand? Why do you need to record all of these? It helps in preparation of financial statements. Okay, next slide. Now, these statistics is what I found out. Overall compliance statistics by small companies. A lot of small business owners do not see reasons for proper bookkeeping activities. This 27.5 means out of the small business that is in the world today, mark me, in the world today, 27.5% are only those that follow bookkeeping or record keeping in their business. So it means 72% of this population, of this percentage, don't even do it at all. So we still have a long way to go when it comes to record keeping. We still have a long way to go. But the truth is, a lot of people know about record keeping. A lot of people know that you need to keep record, but they do not do it. They do not do it. A lot of people knows that you need to do this, but they will not do it. Now, causes of poor record keeping. Because you do not do what you're supposed to do, or because you do not record what you're supposed to record, it has its own way that it falls back into the business. So these are some of the causes that poor record keeping will give to you. Number one, point one, not taking bookkeeping serious enough. Now, bookkeeping is to be taken serious for the fact that we say just record, just put it down. You need to be religious and judicious about it. Now, you can devise a means that is much more, what's the word now? Comfortable for you or convenient for you. Like I know some people, what they do is they use their phone. There's a note on everybody's phone. So what they do is they record every of those transactions on their phone every day as they move. They are always on the move. So they record it on their phone. When they now settle down, maybe at night, they now move it in total to a place that they have already marked for. So they just put it there straight. And that is where it is. That's where we pick it from when we need it. But on the move, like some people would give excuse of, I'm not always available, I'm always on the move. That is not an excuse. As you're on the move, you spend money. As you're on the move, you receive money. Why not just take the pain a little to do this such that you do not do it again in the nearest future? Now, point number two, managing all your accounting in-house. Now, truly, small businesses do not have the capacity to employ professionals. They don't have the capacity to even employ anybody to become a bookkeeper or to become an accountant. But all I advise at every time is get someone that knows better than you in finance. Get someone that knows better than you in finance. Get someone that is a player in that industry. Get someone that is a player that you can always run to when you need advice when it comes to accounting. So don't just run in-house. Don't just do in-house because you have been told to prepare accounts, or you have been told to record, to keep your books. Don't just keep books because you have been told to do it. Get somebody that can always guide you part-time. Get somebody that can always guide you part-time. Point number three, forgetting to track the smaller transactions. And I have an issue with people on this. Now, I know some people, what they tell me is, see, we just recorded the ones that are big transactions. Say, why did we record the small ones? Well, we thought we don't need it, Jerry. Why will I be recording 1,000? Why will I waste my time to record 1,000? Spend 1,000. I can even give you the 1,000. It's a wrong way to run a business. Yeah, it's a wrong way to run a business. A business entity is different from the individual. You can be rich, you can be wealthy, and your business is still struggling, and you feel whatever you do in your business, you can always use your money to pay back. It's a wrong way to start a business. It's a wrong way to run a business. Because if you do not take care of the smaller transactions today, those that you employ will take note of it, and they would use that against you. They would use that against you. They know every transaction that has to be 1,000 naira. You do not even take care of it. You don't even want to even see it. Even when they bring it, you say, well. So they will take advantage of you. You just see that every day from your account, 500 is just being debited from your account, going to somewhere else, and you do not take notes. You do not take notes. It goes like that. It goes like that. It goes like that. And I can tell you that if I do the calculation for you, you'll be surprised. In a month, 500 naira every day in a month, the minimum amount that person will get from your company is 15,000. The minimum amount is 15,000 naira. Imagine 15,000 naira times 12 months. The person would be having over 170,000 or so. Imagine that person now does it in 3 years or in 5 years. So I pity your company, no. So smaller transactions, you need to take note of it. The little beginning does not have anything to do with putting the right structure in place as you start. Number 4, poor communication with your bookkeeper. Now, a lot of people too have issues with this. Some of us, we have so much relied on those that keep our books for us. You don't even want to know anything about what they do. You don't want to know anything about accounting. You say you don't like mathematics, you don't like figure. You are a business owner, I don't like figure. I pity you. You are a business owner, you must like figure. It is the figure that should drive you. It is the figure that should drive you. Every time you say, okay, let me get the figure of this, let me get the report of this. From the report, you start analyzing, okay, why is this like this? Why is this like this? Why is this like this? Don't have a poor communication with your bookkeeper. It is not your marketer. It is not your salespeople that are helping you to bring business, to helping you to grow the business only. It is your finance person that also helps you to leverage whatever you bring in. If whatever you bring in comes in and goes out the same way, then it's finished. So do not neglect a bookkeeper because the person is just an office person. That's the person that can run your business. A bookkeeper can run your business. If a bookkeeper wrongfully posts something or wrongfully declare a figure that is not supposed to be declared. Now, I'll give you an example. I was with one of our consultants some weeks back, and we're talking, and somebody is supposed to prepare a financial statement for her, and the person prepared the financial statement. Lo and behold, when the person brought the financial statement, she didn't really look at it. She just glanced through it and sent it back to the person to go and file. So when the person got to the tax office, because every audited account, when it gets to the tax office, they review it. When they were reviewing, they were picking out some figures, and they now gave the person a liability of tax that the person is supposed to pay based on the audited account the person brought. They did not get the figure from any other place. So from an audited account, and they calculated a percentage and say, you are still owing us this money, go and pay it. The person now came and now told the person that, you are still owing this money. So the woman was angry. Why would you tell me, why would you do this? Now, when I now intervened, we now discovered that person that prepared the audited account, the person did not declare some of the figures or some of the account head the right way. So that led to them paying, because it has been submitted to the tax office. You cannot go back to them and say, no, this was not supposed to be like this. You have submitted. So what I now told them was, you would have to pay the money. It's painful to pay, but because it has already been done, you would have to pay it. So please, let your communication with your bookkeeper be on top notch. Now, point 5, organizational inefficiency. Now, what I mean by organizational inefficiency is the fact that as an organization, you need to have a structure of how you run. You need to have a structure of how you run. Do not just bring anybody to run your business when it has to do with finance. Just anybody cannot do finance. Just anybody cannot do it. So you need to have a structure when it comes to that. And what do I mean? Now, as a business owner, you have an accountant. Your accountant is the one that would begin a transaction from beginning to the end. You want to pay for something, you tell the accountant, go and pay for it. Don't worry. Just write a check, bring it, let me sign. You write it, just okay, fine. Or you want to even do a transaction online. The accountant is the one that will initiate the transaction, is the one that will approve the transaction. My brother, my sister, that's great loss for you if you are not careful. Okay, errors to avoid. There are certain errors you need to avoid as a business owner when you are keeping records. Number one, trusting an inexperienced newbie bookkeeper. When you need a bookkeeper, you can start with a new or a fresh graduate when it comes to this, but you should not continue with it. If the person part-time does not improve, if the person part-time does not gain experience, then you need to show the person the way. Because an inexperienced bookkeeper or an inexperienced accountant would definitely always put you into trouble, especially with tax people. And those tax guys, I love them so much. They know how to dig deep into your account. They will go and look for something. So if you are not experienced, for you to be able to tackle them, then that's all. Number two, keeping inaccurate books. Keeping inaccurate books. Falling behind on books. So you need to keep the right. On this slide, as we go on, I would tell us what books you need to keep. What books you need to keep. There are certain books you need to keep for you to move. Number three, missing tax deadlines. Now, this year, with New Finance Act 2020, the New Finance Act states that if you do not file when you are supposed to file, you pay 50,000 naira every month of default. So if your accountant or your bookkeeper is inexperienced and does not know some of these things, you would fall prey to it. So imagine you defaulted for 6 months. That's 300,000 straight. That's different from the tax you are supposed to pay. They will collect that, they will collect your tax. And if you do not pay it, they will not collect your account from you or they slam you. That's how it goes. So aside from implementing good record keeping practice, you must avoid these errors. Make sure that, number one, you have good communication skill with your bookkeeper. Communication is key. Communication is key. Categorize expenses. You need to categorize your expenses very well, such that you do not pay tax on expenses that you are not supposed to pay tax. For example, on rent, every rent you pay tax. Every commission you pay tax. What else now? There are so many. Every professional fee you pay tax. So all of these things, there's a way you hide them under some other things so that they will not see it. But if you do not know, you just bring them out straight up and you are being taxed. Bank reconciliation, very important. You need to do bank reconciliation every month. Even as a business owner, you need to create time for this. You do not have somebody that does accounting for you. You need to create time for this. Check your account. Okay, this is the amount that went out for something like this. This is the amount that went for this, till you get to the last kobo. If you do not do it every month, I pity you, because you would find out sometimes that the bank itself even deducts more than they're supposed to deduct. I've been a victim so many times, and I have, because I know, I have ensured that I always do it, and I did all of that, I do all of that every time, and they cannot mess with me. Tax compliance, you need to be compliant with tax. Cash management, I need to run fast because of time. I think I just have some few minutes left. So make sure all of this is available to you as a business. Now, records to keep. Records to keep. I told you there are some books you need to keep. These are the books: client files, contracts, tax record, business expenses, every expenses that you go through, accounting records, bank statement, inventory records, sales record, income record, payroll record, petty cash record, business assets register, travel log. It's because of time, I would have been explaining each of it one after the other. Business assets record, travel log, invoices, check stub. Check stub is the other part of a check when you have turned the other part. The smaller part is check stub. And on that check stub, you need to write, whatever you write on the main check is to be written on the check stub. Yeah, you need to write it on the check stub, the details of what you used the check for, so that even if you do not find a track of that transaction, you can go back to the check stub and get it. Permits and licenses. If you do a business that needs permits and license, you need to get it. Never be a victim. You would pay more than what you're supposed to pay if you are caught as a victim. Receivables and payables. This is very important. Have a record of those that are owing you. Have a record of those that you owe. Yes. Records of all those that are owing you, record of those that you owe. Partnership deed. If you are in a partnership, you need to have a deed that binds you and the person. No matter who the person is, even if the person is who is your best person, is your mother. You need to have a partnership deed, because when it gets to business, business is different from individual. A business relationship is different from a friendly relationship. Some people do some things in business and you be like, so you have all of this character. I tell you, there are a lot of things. So your partnership deed should entail, okay, what is the role of so person? What's the role of each person that is involved? What is the what is the sharing formula of your profit? What is the liability accrued to each person, and like that. Employment application. When you employ somebody, get the person's details, and you must also get the person's guarantor. In case the person runs away with your money one day, you can follow up the guarantor. Note. I'm closing. Note. There is a hard truth from the U.S. Small Business Administration. Half of all new businesses fail within the first 5 years. The number one cause of failure is financial mismanagement. Tough to hear, but as a new business owner or solopreneur, you need to be aware of the critical role bookkeeping plays in successful businesses. That's why when we hear someone ask, does my small business need bookkeeping? The answer is an emphatic yes. No matter the business, even if it is biscuit you sell, you need to keep books. You need to keep books. You do not know when you will need it. Okay, number 2. Accurate bookkeeping is a necessity if you run your own business. It may seem to be something of a chore, but it's vitally important that you keep track of your revenue and outgoings. That's your expenses.
Seems they have issue with the network. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this session. Okay. Let me check what's happening. Okay, let me check what's happening. I guess he has issue with the internet, and so let's. I want to believe that that was an awesome session. That was an awesome session from the financial controller of Pertinent Group, the executive director of Extra Think Tank Solution, is an accounting guru. So I want to believe that he has delivered up to 95% of his slides. So we'll just move straight into the next session because the time is already fast spent. I wish he's back here so that we can take questions from people who have questions. I know we may have questions from uh, participants, we may have questions, but the internet is rubbing it off now. So let's do it this way. When he's back, we'll take questions, but of course, that will be after the session that we are going to have next. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jeffrey Akioya in the house already. He's going to be talking to us on marketing and sales acts for SMEs. So today we are going to learn greatly from this man because he's an expert in what he does. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jeffrey Eikuya, the CEO of Pertinence Properties Limited. It's great to have
Jerry,
you, brother.
a lot of times you just like to set me up.
Good to have you here. Finally, we have your session.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, great. Great. Let me just clear this. So after your session, we may have to bring back Mr. Meji so that I can take questions and answers because I want to believe that there are questions for him. Okay, I am seeing him online already. Let me just bring him up so that I can apologize.
Well done, sir. I guess it was that the what's it called? I think it cut off at some point.
Oh, you didn't realize it?
I did not.
Wow, you were cut off. I guess it was the internet.
It is well though.
So I was already saying that we may have to take question and answer after this next session now, but I don't know how that will be.
It's fine.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So we hope to still see your face again after this next session.
Yes. I'm alive.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please get your question intact. We are still going to ask all the questions that you have for the accounting man. So this next session is on sales and marketing. And so I present to you our guest for the session, Mr. Jeffrey Akioya. So it's your turn, sir. Oh, he just disappeared though. He just disappeared. I guess the network is really messing things up over there. Okay, so well, we are still gonna wait for his rejoining so that we can have him take his session. So just like I said earlier, he's gonna be talking to us on sales, on marketing and sales arts for SMEs. And the beauty of the session is that you are going to learn greatly on how you can improve your sales, your marketing, and your sales in your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting to receive again Mr. Jeffrey Akioya. Okay, let me play my music. Let me play my music while we are waiting for him. Let's check what is happening. Okay, so he's back here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's ask him. Yo, I guess network just knocked you out again.
Yeah, you did. You did knock me out. I'm excited to be back.
Okay,
So
great.
I don't know. This is my first time on this platform, so I just flow.
It's your session already.
Okay, so I should just flow.
Yes, please.
Okay, because this is like my first time on this platform. All right. Also, good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here. My name is Jeffrey Ike Itepo, and I'm privileged to be the CEO of Personal Properties. I'm excited to be with you guys. This is my first time so active, like being a facilitator so much on StreamYard. I know I did a little bit of that sometimes in August last year, but it's great to be here. And Jerry has put me under pressure to come and be a facilitator here in the midst of all these amazing speakers. I'm sure that you guys have been having amazing fun since yesterday listening to professionals. And I was part of Mr. Oke Oladimeji's session just right now. And the value that he was dishing out was extraordinary. And even some of my script, I guess he looked at my slide or my script and started teaching some of the things I wanted to teach. So that means he has made my job much more easier. So a quick background before we go into our discussion for today. We're talking about marketing and sales hacks for SMEs, marketing and sales hacks for SMEs. And someone will be in the audience is looking at who exactly is the person talking to you right now. So I just want to do a quick background to me and what I've done, and I'm also going to relate it to some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. Like I mentioned, my name, I'm CEO of Petness Properties, and I didn't just become CEO. There was a process into it. I started my journey where I work right now in 2016 as a volunteer, and over again, God has really been so amazing to me, and I am here as CEO. I remember when I started out, I was given the opportunity to open my first branch. That was at Ibejuleki with little or less marketing and or sales training. And the core of our business here in real estate is majorly sales. It's majorly sales. So if you are not selling, then you are not in business. So I was in my first branch in 2017, late 2017 to early 2018, and we built the branch. I had to get the bricklayer, all these guys, and they fixed the branch up, and we started operation. I remember that we were three guys, young guys that went to the branch to start that into 2017. And by the special grace of God, after the first year in the branch, we did a sales of 150 million and a team member of that's 62 team members. After which there was another opportunity to start up another branch in Lekki Phase 1. That was late 2018, and I was called upon also to do that. And in Lekki Phase 1, I was there for about 8 to 10 months. And in that season, we did sales of roughly about 50 something million, and our team members were about 25 that year. And I moved from there to the head office where I worked as general manager for about a year. And I saw my first billion there. And right now, I've grown to become CEO, and the story has been going on and on like that. All glory to God Almighty. So the reason why I just put this background is that I've seen and I've been a part of projects that have largely depended on sales, and that was one of the major things that motivated me to do my master's at Pan Atlantic University, and I studied marketing communications at the School of Media and Communication. And because I'm fascinated about why and how an individual will exchange his money for a product, it just gets me crazy that why will somebody just decide after seeing an advert or where seeing an action can make a decision to buy stuff. So it's been crazy. I remember one of the product that we launched one of our products sometimes in November 19th, and as at 60 days of the product, we have done over 800 million in terms of transaction and it's crazy. And just because we have been able to learn a few tricks when it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, and in this training, I'm going to be sharing a few things with you guys as regards that. We have launched a estate project that we're not selling even at a low price point from the beginning of the year, and after a few tactics launched in June, between June and November that year, we did a revenue of 100 million plus. So what I've learned is that there are certain things as SMEs that, because we're also a startup, as much as our business is 9 years, we always pride ourselves in being a startup. And there's some things that have helped us in this business that I'll be willing to share with you guys today. So the first thing we should understand is that marketing and sales are two different things. They are two different things. I made the mistake of this, and I don't want you guys to make it also. Every CEO, every director, because right now as a small business, you most likely be the CEO, MD CEO, you most likely want to be the director. You have so much fancy post on LinkedIn and the rest, putting yourself as CEO, putting yourself as director, putting yourself as co-founder. The crux of the matter is that every leader of every business is first a salesperson. Every leader of every business is first a salesperson. If you are not selling, then you are not in business. Sales is the lifeblood of every business. So you, as a CEO, you are the chief salesperson. You are the first salesperson for that business. So you should wrap it out. So your work is not just strategy. Strategy must be executed, and the result of that execution of strategy is for sales to come in. Because if you are not selling, you are not in business. You just have a shop. So you must understand that marketing and sales are way two different things. Marketing, I'll just describe it in a simple term, not going so fancy in terms of definition. But marketing is like inviting a person to your house, getting the person to your door. Sales is getting the person into your house. So marketing is, people just feel that, when we're talking about marketing, people just get it so wrong. So marketing is not sales. Marketing does not, in quote, guarantee, or the objective of marketing is not for exchange of finance for the product. Sales actually deals with exchange. So when you come to marketing, you are enticing the public. You are enticing your target audience that this product would and could be good for you. So you are attracting the customer. So as little as colors, as little as arrangement, as little as branding, as little as a lot of stuff conjures what marketing is all about. So marketing is enticing the customer into the product. When you look at the IDEA model, the IDEA model says attention, A for attention, I for interest, D for desire, and A for action. Out of these four core models of marketing, only the last one, which is action, actually deals with sales. So I was sharing with some of our creative teams that the focus of all your graphics design must always grab attention at first. Attention. Anything you do in grabbing attention, you can like in December we launched our office, and one of the things that we did was that we brought a lot of celebrities, about 30 celebrities from the music, and the entertainment industry. They were here, movie stars, all these guys, they were here, OAP, social media influencers that people always want to be with. There was Tenny Makanaki was here to perform. There was Umbu Smith. There was a few other guys that performed there. Damola is my name. There was what's his name, Bukumi Preacher. There were a lot of guys that came around to Kiki and all these guys. It grabbed attention, and I know the kind of transactions that we have done just after that event. So marketing is entirely different from sales. That's the first thing I want all of us to understand here. Marketing is entirely different from sales. Marketing is getting people to the door. Sales is actually getting them into the house. That's when you begin to discuss offers and all those things. So that's the first thing I want all of us to know before I just begin to share a few things and get out of your face right now. So now there are a few things I want us to understand why we go on this teaching, that when it comes to a small business, there are three core things I want you guys to always look out consistently. It's process, it's profit, and it's product. Product, process, profit, product process profit, product process profit. Sales and marketing are the engine room amongst these three things. So when you have a product, the product is good, you have a good process. Marketing is a process also. So when you begin to design what's your customer journey in your store, when they come to your store, they see this, there's an AC there, there's maybe a fan, there's a TV. That is marketing, and it comes with intentionality. So sales now come when you're talking about pricing, when you're talking about a few other, or maybe product need and the rest. But when it comes to marketing, a lot of things are involved. So we need to begin to pay attention to all these things while we do business, because it's difficult for a small business like you and a small business like me to always spend a lot of money on advertising. It's very, very difficult. If you want to go to the first toll gate in Lekki, when there was still a toll gate there in Court, even if the advert is still running, you'll be willing to spend as high as 10 million naira in a month to play a ad for 10 seconds repeatedly over a period of time for 30 days. Many of us cannot afford that. Even me as the kind of business that we run, we even struggle to want to get to that height of saying, oh, we want to invest 10 million on just one board for 30 days. So how much more a small business like yours? Oh, you want to be on radio, live appearance, all those stuff, they are crazy. How can you as a small business now survive in this age of that competition and a age of marketing budget that is above what I can ever think of? You see people even use the marketing budget to waste. They are burning marketing budget. So as a small business, what are the few things that you can do when it comes to sales and marketing acts? So the first thing I want you guys to know that your business is about the users. Your business is about the customers. You must never get that wrong. Your business is always about the customer. And the focal point of every marketing and advertising and sales effort is marketers. Is customers. Customers are the core focus, because customers are the people who want to attract with our marketing. Customers are people that want to sell to. So your business is focused on customer. You must never get that wrong. You must never forget that your business is a business for customers. So if they say, why do you wake up every single day to go to work? If you're an entrepreneur, it's not about your vision. Yeah, your vision is cool. It's not about your customers actually wake you up in the morning. The reason why you get up from your bed and get into the hustle of Lagos, hustle of Port Harcourt, hustle of Canada or Ontario, hustle of maybe Shanghai or any single country you have is because you have a customer to go and serve. So your customer should be the core of your business. And it's so funny that small businesses miss the mistake of data. So you have this, I've been consulting for a few brands recently for the past 3 years. And one simple thing that I've been working on young businesses for is the concept of data when it comes to customers. Some guys don't even know who their target audience are or who buys from them most. You don't know the birthday of your client. You don't know key details about your client. They don't even have email address. They don't have contact phone numbers. So if you do not have that for your business, then you are doing a wrong thing. Because it's cheaper for you to sell to existing customers than for you to get new customers. Statistics actually says that it costs 3 times more to get a new customer than to keep an existing one. So you have people that have done business with you, you must always keep that customer database. The worst you can do is have an Excel file, an Excel sheet. So what you have the customer name, you have the agenda, you have their phone number, you have their email address, you have their location, and you probably have the threshold or the highest purchase or the highest buying price that they've ever done with you, the product that they purchased the most. That gives you data to be able to make decisions on stocks and stocking up products for resale the next time. It's critical because even guys that are into fashion, you'll be surprised that they don't even know the people that have been doing making clothes with them. If you have just 50 clients or just 75 clients and you're a fashion designer, I'm telling you that you are made. And when we're talking about these 75 people, we're talking about 75 quality people that you can put on auto repeat purchases and you are good. But we as small businesses, we just forget the fact that, oh, Yeah, oh, this guy wants to send me WhatsApp contact, and you chat with the person, which cloth do you want, and then you don't have basic data. You don't know you don't know if this guy's a young guy, you don't know what makes him tick, you don't know his birthday, you don't know all this kind of stuff that on the birthday you can just send him a message and say, oh, happy birthday. All this, I've seen customers that did transaction worth billions because somebody remembered their birthdays. So as a small business, you must be strict about keeping data. I'm talking about marketing and sales. You don't have so much big money to be doing customer acquisition. Sometimes customer acquisition can kill you. But in the short term, you can begin to keep customer data. I'm not saying when you begin to grow, you don't keeping customer data. But even as a small business, you must keep for every single person that makes a purchase with you, keep the record. Keep the record, because it's easy to send bulk SMS right now that are 2 naira or 3 naira per SMS. 3 naira is actually high. You can send them bulk SMSs to give them new offers, new products, all this kind of thing. You can do it, but the only way you can successfully do this is to have what we call your client database. You can begin to send weekly email newsletter, begin to give value to your customers. Every single week in our organization, we send email newsletter because when we come to top of the mind awareness is the person that speaks to the client the most. The person who speaks to the client the most. So when your client has a need for your product, will your client think of you first? I'm going to get into that when we begin to talk about building brand equity. But the first thing I need you to understand that data is king. When it comes to business, especially the kind of technological age we are going into, data is king. So nobody will come to board meeting and come and bamboozle me. Data speaks. I know the sites to close. I know the site to intensify upon. I know when to increase price. I know when to reduce price. I know a lot of things, not because we are smart, but because we have data. Even right now, we are investing a lot in terms of fixing data here in this organization. So guys, data is your first success tips when it comes to marketing and sales. Data keeping, client info storage is a marketing activity. So that's first one. Another thing I will always share. Okay, let me quickly talk about the 4 core builders of brand equity, because right now the game we're into right now, especially for small businesses, is the perception game. So there are a lot of companies that are doing a lot of great stuff. However, what people buy these days is perception. They don't even buy reality. So you have a good product. If you don't build the right perception, if you don't give your users the feeling that patronizing you is doing something to their life and their lifestyle, they will most likely will not do business with you. So the 4 core drivers of brand equity. The last one is like the result of these first 3. So the first key driver of brand equity, SMEs, you must know this, is what we call awareness. Your product or your service, you must make noise about it. So on your WhatsApp status, what are you using WhatsApp status to do? I call social media and a commercial space, and it's like a commercial activity. So for me on Facebook, I don't go on Facebook to post on Facebook because I'm happy with Mark Zuckerberg or I'm interested in your 100 likes. That's not the reason why I go on Facebook. Every single post I post on Facebook is intentional, because I realized that Facebook for me and that time and my Facebook wall, my Facebook page is a commercial space, and every commercial space must generate revenue for me. Every commercial space must generate revenue. So I don't go on Facebook and post selfies. I don't go on Facebook. Even if I post a selfie on Facebook, it is for a commercial activity, because your responsibility when it comes to marketing and sales is prospecting. As a business person, you must be prospecting always. You must be prospecting and closing. So every single activity on social media is for prospecting and closing. So you are not because you went for you went for one party. It must be a marketing activity. for me, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit brutal when it comes to social media because it takes a lot of time. So I want to always equate the result of the time I spend on social media. So I use it as a commercial venture. So awareness is a core strategy. So just imagine when some brands came into the market. Take Biggie, for instance. When Biggie flooded the Nigerian market, I think in 2016 or so, that thereabout, we all thought, or a large percentage of the population thought that Biggie was like a variant of Coca-Cola because it was Big Cola. So what happened there was that there was a battle between Coca-Cola and Pepsi when they were doing the long throat bottle. So Pepsi did the long throat bottle, and Coca-Cola, they had another bottle that was as the same size with the long throat bottle, but at a higher price. So they were selling theirs for 150 or 120, I can't remember right now. And Pepsi long throat bottle was selling for 100 naira. So Biggie knew that was the best time to come to the market, and they hit the market big. That's Big Cola, and we all thought that Coca-Cola had launched its own long throat version to rival Pepsi, and they hit the market big. They hit all the street hawkers. Every single person was selling Big Cola product, and that was how the product penetrated the market. And right now, Big Cola is one of the biggest food beverage product in the Nigerian market right now because of the game of awareness. They played the awareness game big. They played the awareness game big. If you guys, I know that some of you that go through Lagos from 2015, 2016, thereabout, everything.com, even up until now, the awareness is high. Even if the product is no more available, the company already crashed. However, the awareness is high because they've leveraged on different platforms to push themselves to the public. So as a small business, you must look for smart ways to push your product to the public. There is WhatsApp status. What are you using WhatsApp status to do? You have 50 views, you have 100 views, you have 200 views. Some people have as high as 500 views. What are you using your 500 views to do? If you post something on Facebook, a picture on Facebook, and you have 100 likes on it, that means that you have 100 people that are interested in you. So that's 100 people that you could showcase your product to. And don't forget that there are many people that will not even like, will not comment, or will not share, but they are watching. So one key strategy for SMEs is awareness. You must push awareness. You must push awareness. It will be a disaster if somebody in your family wants to buy a product that you sell and they don't remember you. It will be a disaster if somebody in your church or somebody in your mosque have a product, have a need for your product and does not think about you first. It will be a disaster if in your old student association, somebody has a need for your product and they forgot about you. So people will be in organizations or will be in a setting and they will contract their core skill or their core product out to other people, and they will be saying that if you have given me the project, it would have been cheaper. They didn't know you. They don't even remember that you sell. So awareness comes with consistency. So you must, somebody saying that you are disturbing status. Is it their status? Is your status? Keep bombarding your status. Let every single person know this is what you do. Let every single person know this is what you do. So when they begin to think of the need for your product, no other person comes to their mind except you. It's free of charge. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp status. You must let people know you sell this product. You must not keep quiet about your product. You must be proud about your product. You must use your product. So you are a fashion designer, you are wearing suit. Except you sew suit. Wear your product, use your product. You should be the first product champion, should be your first product ambassador, you should be your first product influencer. Wear your product, use your product, project your product. Awareness is the name of the game. You'll be surprised that even people who don't even have the same product quality as your product will have more sales than you because people know them more. And how do they know them? With awareness. You don't need to spend so much when it comes to awareness. You have your church, your mosque, your school, old student association, your community, your street, your WhatsApp status, your Facebook status, your Instagram status. You have all this platform to leverage on. You have yourself. You are a signboard. Wear your product. where your product. Awareness is the name of the game. So when somebody just say, oh, I want to buy a land, they'll just say, oh, Jeff, oh, I've been seeing Jeff post. A lot of people call me all around the world by the special grace of God to do different deals with me just because they know consistently I'm into this business. So some people there today, you post real estate. Tomorrow, you posted which other one? You are posting drugs, or you work with Trevor now. You next week you posted another one. Yeah, you will confuse. Oh, you posted shoe. You make shoes. Awareness comes with consistency. So for the past 5 years, I've been consistently talking about investment, and real estate is a core part of the investment I talk about, and also talk about business, entrepreneurship. I talk about investment and I talk about entrepreneurship. So people have come to understand and people have come to believe that the go-to guy for investment in my circle and the go-to guy for entrepreneurship, growing businesses, scaling businesses, enterprise development, enterprise growth is Jeff. So people just come in like, oh, Jeff, I get more money, I want to invest. What do you have? And I give them advice, they invest. People all the way from Canada, China, different parts of the world. And it comes from the consistency that has come into awareness. So people just call me from different places. People that have not spoken to me in 20 years. People that have not spoken to me in 10 years. They just call me up and say, oh, Jeff, I want to buy land. Or Jeff, I want to do investment. Jeff, I have 20 million. What can I use it for? And I begin to advise them. And definitely I earn commissions from these deals. So awareness is a core point that you need to build as a small, medium scale enterprise. The second one is brand association. Brand association. So you are a small business. You don't have so much, what's the name? You don't have so much strength when it comes to, which is it, trust, or you don't have so much strength when it comes to confidence of the market. So what you need to begin to do is to associate with yourself with a bigger brand that has that credibility in the market. That credibility in the market. So, for instance, if I'm a public speaker, for instance, I do public speaking, and I want people to invite me for their programs like this. And what will I do? I begin to associate myself with the big guns in the industry. I begin to associate myself with people like Senior Man, Nia Desonya, like all these other top guys, Bankole Williams, all these other guys in the industry, Olumide Emmanuel, Olonshey Sunday, Wisdom Ezekiel, a lot of different guys in the industry. And when I liaise with them, because of the level at which they've gone to, me just being with them, the community assumes that I am in their category and they do business with me. So they know that, oh, I cannot afford this bigger guy, but I've seen this guy working with them. So this guy must have their content. This guy must have their exposure. This guy must have what they have. This guy must think what they think, and they begin to engage me. So one of the key things that you need to be doing is brand association. Sometimes you need to join yourself or your product with another product for you to sell. The same way bread will join himself with beans for him to sell, or Gala will join himself with maybe, I don't want to mention names of brand, a cold drink, and it will sell. The same way Granite will want to join himself with Bolly or something. The way it's the same way you as a product, or you as a person, you being a person can also be a product. You need to join yourself with a complementary brand by association that will make you have increased sales. Are you with me? You make you have increased sales. So you can't do it alone. You have a low brand strength right now. Your brand strength is low, so you need to look for product or people that have a higher brand strength. So you are into digital marketing, for instance, and you had a project and you worked with Ringia, or you worked with on any agency, you work with maybe Cloud9, or work with any other top agency, digital agency in Nigeria, and you just post yourself, a picture of yourself in their office and say, oh, I was at a meeting with Cloud9 digital agency, and they will feel that, oh, this guy works with top agencies, so he's somebody that knows his craft and he's somebody I should do business with. I can't count. There are countless of deals I've closed by association. Countless. I cannot, but they will just make an assumption that Jeff can do this and Jeff is good. That assumption is just made just because of association. So you as a product, look for complementary products or complementary platforms that you can leverage on to push your brand. Because if you have a bigger brand like this, and this is you coming to join this brand, does what? It pulls your brand value higher, and people will begin to patronize you. The AirPods, the reason why the AirPod, I hope I pronounced that correctly, the reason why the AirPod has value and it can sell as higher price is because the AirPod is associated with a complementary product of value. So with an iPhone, a AirPod or an AirPod has value. So without the value placed on an iPhone, the AirPod does not have a value of its own. So you as a product, you have value, but your value is not recognized because you have not been in the game for a long period of time, or because you do not have enough funding to do advertising and the rest to build brand equity. You need to leverage on other products. These are small acts that small businesses like us have used, and from 1 million naira turnover, from 250k turnover to 100 million to 500 million to 1 billion to 3 billion, and we go higher and higher and higher again. Even top businesses, even as we have right now, we still leverage on this strategy, but at a higher scale. So the second thing as a hack for sales and marketing is for you to leverage on association. The third one is product quality. I cannot overemphasize the fact that product quality is critical. If you don't have a good product, then you are not in business. However, you can have a bad product, or you can have a less, if there are two products, complementary product, and one is like 10% better in terms of quality and delivery than the other one, even the one of less quality can sell. Good. So while I begin to go to a close, I just want to share a few things. So if we do brand association, product quality, brand awareness, what it will lead to is brand loyalty. And loyalty, they've gone past, oh, they are buying from you because your product is good or because your branding is good. They are buying from you because they love you. They love the cause you fight for. They love the identity of your brand. They love the identity of your business. They are just in tune with your product, maybe over and over again. If you notice, that bank that you are using right now has been charging you. They've been charging you more than normal, but you have not you have been complaining, but you have not opened another bank account. You have not left that bank. But they've been charging you more and more because you are now unconsciously loyal to that product, loyal to that brand. So just a few acts also before we begin to jump. I always say on social media, one of the most underrated, I repeat, one of the most underrated sales strategy on social media is DM. Somebody say DM. One of the most underrated sales strategy on social media is DM. Guys, it works. By God's grace, I've worked with, I manage social media accounts for top guys that do not have time to really. So I manage personal and corporate brands. I grow them through communication. So I work with individuals who are busy, who want to project a good brand image to the public. I work with them. I manage their accounts and the rest in my organization, Integrated Aquas Global. And I've noticed that some of these top guys that you guys see, the top guys that you guys respect, they always send these top guys DMs. They always send them DMs because in DMs, deals are closed. Deals are closed in DMs. So you have been doing WhatsApp status. Yeah, keep doing it. It's one of the awareness strategy that I've taught you. Keep doing it, but you need to take a step further and go to DM. Some of us, we are too afraid. That's why we have not done DM. It's fear that is doing you. Fear. That's why I've not entered. I know the deals that have been closed from DMs. Last year, after we launched one of our products, was it like, no, 2 years ago, we launched one of our products, and one brother, church brother that doesn't really talk in church, decided to go to WhatsApp group of his church and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, oh, let me talk. Where I have this plan that you guys can key into, and this is the benefit." People had to be chatting on the group that it looks like they've hacked this brother's account, because they know that this brother does not do this kind of thing. And the people started chatting him that, "Oh, did they hack your account?" He said, "No, it's actually true. This product," because of the credibility of the brother, he did a transaction worth 140 million naira, and his commission was 10%. Just think about it. In 3 months, somebody closed a transaction of 140 million naira because he took the courage to talk in his church WhatsApp group. I know groups have his own policies, but you know the right thing to do to talk on a group. He made 140 million naira from talking. So you have an untapped revenue generation source, which is DMs. On LinkedIn, I've given people deals. I've given people deals on LinkedIn. I've gotten deals on LinkedIn. I've gotten contracts on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is like my biggest market space. I've gotten deals from this channel, all from sending DM. Some people don't know they need your product until you tell them. So one sales hack, a marketing hack for a small business is DMs. I wish I can feel the energy of the house right now. Enter people's DM. Enter their DM. It builds awareness. Enter their DM. Talk to them. You have this product. Talk to them. Talk to them. This weekend should be a DM weekend. I declare this weekend as a DM weekend. Go into people's DM. So people will read the message and will not answer. Go into their DM. If they are tired of you, let them block you. But when they need the product, they will remember you because you have been up and all on their face. So one of the most underrated marketing strategy or sales strategy of all time is sending personalized messages, which is DMs. DMs. Oh, I'm seeing feedback. Thank you. Damn Larry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, giving me some encouragement. Yeah. So another one is, as a small business, one strategy in terms of penetration. So there are different market penetration strategy. There are different strategies when it comes to that. But as a small business, one core way that you can do is to use the price penetration strategy. Price penetration strategy. You can't compete with these big boys. You can't compete with them in any way. So your pricing must be competitive. Trust me, your pricing must be competitive. There's one of the products that we're running right now, and by the special grace of God, we launched the product on the 1st of December, and from the 1st of December till now, which is less than 60 days, we have done revenue of over 170 million. And one core strategy that we used in that product is a strategy of pricing. So you do your pricing in a way that you make considerable profit, but cash flow is moving. Cash flow moves because as a business, a small business, you are just starting. You should, as much as you are concerned about profit, you should be more concerned about cash flow. Because what cash flow does for you is that it gives you customer acquisition. You begin to acquire new customer until you have a large customer database, and even if you are selling to 20% of that customer database, you are making big money. When when OPay came to Nigeria, I knew their strategy. We even discussed it in one of our class on marketing, and they were doing, buy for 10 naira, buy food for 10 naira, enter this thing for this thing, you win this one. Their target, I knew that the bike, all right, was not the business of Opera. All right, it's not the business of Opera. The business of Opera is the payment. So for them, how do they get? Because on OPay, you can pay, you can transfer money, you can buy recharge card, you can do what again? You can You can buy food, you can buy airtime, you can do silly things. And even in the bank, GT Bank is the biggest bank in Nigeria according to market capitalization, about 1.something trillion naira, and they are one of their highest revenue channels in GT Bank is recharge card. That recharge card, that's one of their highest revenue channels in GT. So the normal average Nigerian, a normal as in the most basic Nigerian, what does he do? He eats. He enter bike. Some of them that are big will enter cab. They don't forget they did old car. What was the name? They use it to onboard a lot of people on the system. If you enter the OPay app, there are other features that is different from the app that took you into it. So the business of those guys was the OPay, the payment, which is their major business. So those other strategy, Trek that we even invented by ourselves, Boss, Ride, everything was food was a strategy to bring in users. So as much as you're focusing on profit, the first thing as a small business is to focus on cash flow, because cash flow makes you focus on acquiring customers. You need to keep acquiring customers. Don't focus on profit. Maximum profit or abnormal profit is not what is good for you right now. What is good for you right now is cash flow. So, price penetration strategy. I don't really like the concept of discount. However, I love the concept of decoy. So when I was designing one of the products that we designed, I don't want to go into specific details. I designed one of the products in November last year, and I knew the product I wanted customers to go for. And what did I do? So for instance, if I'm selling ice cream, for instance, so I have 3 categories of ice cream product. This size goes for $10. This size goes for let's say $15. No, let me just say $15. This size goes for $10. The biggest size goes for $20. Then normally the medium size is supposed to go for $15, but I now put the medium size at let's say $17. Now, what I've done successfully is that I have demarketed the medium size, and I've pushed the customer interest to either the small size or the bigger size. Sometimes, if you have 2 products, one product, if you buy this one, is half of the full. This is half, this is full. Then if you say half at, let's say $20, normally full is supposed to be at $40. Have you noticed that half will be $20 and full can be $35 or $30? So you that go to the shop and you want to buy this and just say, if I buy half, even if I buy half is 20. If I buy full is 35. It don't make sense. Let me just buy one full instead of, let me just add 15 naira. You'll be thinking that you are smart. You don't know that you are responding to the design that the product creators have done. So as a business, I don't really like discount. They strive for discount. I'll say it everywhere. Discount is the laziest marketing strategy invented in all time. It's the laziest. People, they'll do pandemic discount, Valentine discount, Easter discount, lockdown discount, what again? NSAS discount. This is the laziest marketing strategy of all time. I'm sorry. Another person can have a better this thing when it comes to discount, but I don't like discount. I love the decoy strategy. So you know the product that you want the customers to do. You design the product in a way to push their attention into it. Maybe if we have a better setting to talk about this, I teach it in most of my biology courses, and let's see how we can get to it. But price penetration is core. You are not big enough to be competing with price. You're not saying that you that you're selling bag. and Zara. You're not going to say you want to, I don't know, you say you want to be competing with them. You must have, the people must look at, the value that you are offering is almost consistent with what they are offering, but they are adding price because of their level of brand equity. You cannot match it because you don't have that brand equity yet. So what you need to do is to come down, step down in price, have considerable profit, but keep cash flow going. Another one will be, I think I've spent so much time. Another thing that, I'm seeing a lot of chat right now. Thank you guys. Okay, so I think I will just begin to close right now. Another thing that's helped our business so greatly is referrals. See, as business people, I always tell my guys that 1% of 1 million is better than 0% or than 100% of 0 naira. 1% of 1 million is better than 100% of 0 naira. Sometimes as business people, small businesses, we are greedy. I'm sorry. Sometimes we are greedy. We want to make maximum. And sometimes making maximum is not always the smart strategy. So referrals, so for instance, I have a product to sell. I have each product costs them, let's say 100K. And I know that normally from every 100K product, I will make 30K. That's 30%. I'll make 30K profit. Why shouldn't I decide that, for this 100K product, let me get anybody that sells this 100K product, I will give the person 10K out of my 30K and me make 20K. Because the mistake you are making is that you do not have access to people's network. So for you to scale fast as a small business in terms of marketing and in terms of sales, is that you must begin to intentionally leverage on people's network. And the way to break into people's network is to incentivize them. So tell this guy that for every customer, because people are looking for opportunities. People are looking for opportunities. So right now I want to sell real estate and tell people that if you refer a customer to me, you get 10%. I say, what? So if I get, and his uncle or his dad, I've seen people that their dad was just talking in the house that, it's as if I want to buy land. I want to buy land in Bejuleki or something. I want to buy land in Aja. And because I told the guy that, do you know that if you refer anybody to this business, you get 10% of how much that they paid? And his dad said, want to buy it? I said, Dad, it's true. Let us buy land. I said, I even have a genuine company. I have a guy that we can get land from. And he calls me and I speak to the dad and we close the deal. The dad paid 10 million. 10% goes to my guy. 1M is a millionaire. Just from doing what? From referring. And he would have not made that referral effort if I had not incentivized him. So we must always have the mentality that 1% of 1 million is better than 100% of 0 naira. Engage referrals. It is nothing as bad as giving people out of your profit. What you are trying to do is that you are reaching a wider network. Think of the numbers. Think of the point whereby you have 1,000 clients paying you consistently over a period of time. 1,000 clients paying you consistently over a period of time. You must begin to think of it instead of keeping yourself with 10 clients and you want to be making so some people will say, I don't want to sell my business. The reason why you don't want to sell your business is because you are greedy. Sometimes the reason why you don't want to sell a percentage of your business is because of greed. Because if you sell a percentage of the business, instead of you owning 100% or owning 70%, there's a possibility that you owe 20% and you make more money. Jeff Bezos is one of the richest guys in the world. Until recently, he became second. Jeff Bezos does not own 30% of Amazon. Yes, he doesn't. Even Paystack guys that they sold to Stripe recently, they don't own 100% of Paystack when they sold it, but now they are cashing out. because there's a limit to what you can do. What you need to do as a small business is to leverage on the network of other people. And what better way to leverage on that network is to incentivize them to refer other people to buy your product. So guys, I think I would just want to close here. Just be out there, make the noise. You don't have enough marketing budget, you don't have a lot of stuff. Show yourself to your users over and over again. Show yourself to your users over and over again. So I think there's a lot to share, but I overspent my time. So I just like to thank you guys for your love in the comment section. Thank you so much. I hope we have more opportunity to do this more often.
Wow, seriously, I know if I should allow you to continue, you still have so much to deliver. Guys, if you have questions, kindly drop it in the comments, but that engagement has really been top notch. Sincerely, I was confessed. I was just saying to myself that, wow, thank God that we're having the marketing session as the last session. It's just as if it is the first. I must tell you the truth. So, guys, if you have questions, let's have you ask your question. Okay, I'll be in the comment box trying to check. Okay, somebody is saying thank you very much. Let me put that on the screen. Thank you very much. The session is very interesting. Oh,
thank you guys.
Okay, somebody is requesting for, he's going to share his social media and do. It's just that we don't have a slide there, but you can just mention somebody is requesting for social media.
For social media, it's simple. It's Jeffrey at Jeffrey Ehikoya, JEFFREY EHIKIA.
Do you have? I think there's a comment section. You can just drop it there.
Oh, I'm trying to look at the.
Okay. So while that is up, and while we are also waiting for questions from every of our participants who are online, I have a question. Let me say 2 questions for you at this moment. Now, there are so many businesses that, of course, small businesses that don't really get to make budgets, especially budget for marketing. And this is why most of them cannot even say whether they cannot even measure. Oh, is it here? I need you to be online so that I can ask this question.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, he's back. So I was asking, great. Okay, so most businesses cannot measure the progress they are making, especially in terms of how much they are making into bringing in the cash flow to their business. And then I see that one of the problem of this is the fact that they don't have, budget for marketing. Now, if you help a business, a small business owner now, to make budget for marketing on a monthly basis, what price range would you advise that the person should prepare for? And of course, what platforms, either online or offline, would you encourage the person to spend the money on? That's my question, the first question. I want to answer
that for that wonderful question. So marketing budget for me should be dependent on the revenue that you want to make. So think of the money you want to make, that will now determine marketing. So when people always think that marketing is an expense, marketing is not an expense, marketing is an investment. Don't think of marketing as an expense, but think of marketing as an investment. It depends on the kind of business that you're running, but you should not do less than 5% of your revenue. Reinvest it into marketing. Reinvest your like 5% of your revenue or 5% of your profit into getting more customers. Because when you sell, it shows that you have capacity to make more sales. You have capacity to reach more people. So I might not be able to give you a certain amount that you should set out for your business. However, I want to advise that, because if you want to make 5 billion, for instance, in 12 months, you should not be afraid to spend 50 million on marketing. Should not be 50 million, because 10% is 500 million. 1% is 50 million. Even if you want to do less than, because you are looking at 5 billion, so your expected turnover should impact on what you put in marketing budget. But the first thing I need people to understand is that marketing is not an expense. Marketing is an investment. Marketing is an investment. Marketing is a business core. As you are paying people salary, you should put marketing as a core aspect of that. And there are free platforms, there are cheap platforms that you can use right now. Marketing is like, you have a website, is that marketing? People can find you online. You have an Instagram page. You leverage on Instagram, you post, even if you're having 2 likes today. I started having 2 likes. Today I have like 600-700 likes, but it started from 2 likes. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media is a massive place for you to do this thing. Then there are funny sites, especially it comes with peculiarity of your business. So funny sites as little as Nairaland, because Nairaland has one of the highest search results when it comes to search in Nigeria. So Nairaland, I've seen people close deals on Nairaland. I've facilitated one of my guy in the office. Sometimes last year, I helped him. He invested 15K on advertising, and I think it was Nairaland or something. I can't even remember. I'm not advertising any brand, but I know it was one of all these online platform. And he closed a transaction worth about 18 million. And the funny thing is that he's still closing transactions till today, just from momentum that was built. Even customers that made inquiry from him for that product that later were not interested in the product, he had contact with them and they found another product that he was interested in. So we must be willing as small businesses to go. There's nothing bad in using 5K to run ad. If you're a very small business, in running ad on Facebook or Instagram, where your target audience is. So when it comes to setting marketing budget, my recommendation is to set your marketing budget based on the expected revenue. Because if you want to make 50K and you want to make 500K, the level of effort and awareness that you will need is different. So, but I will always advise, do anything from 1% to 5% of the revenue. That's what you set out for marketing budget. But there are free tools and free platforms that you can leverage on. Free tools and free platforms. Social media is free. WhatsApp is free, for Christ's sake. WhatsApp is free. Enter people's DM. They don't pay to enter DM, except if you want to go on LinkedIn and go to LinkedIn Premium. But WhatsApp DM is free. Enter.
Even LinkedIn Premium is free for 1 month.
Yeah.
At least if one utilizes that very well, within 1 month, one should be able to, make the money to pay for the premium service.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Okay, then I have another question. You talked about what was this again? Data. Great. You talked about data, and so much more about it. You were talking about documentation of data, and I see that there will be a need for something like maybe a CRM software. And I don't know, most things are now have applications. So I don't know if there's any app, phone application, either iPhone or Android, that will be suitable for customer management, like we have for desktop or for laptop.
I think just to make it very, very simple, that's a very critical question. Also, make it very, very simple. we can leverage on Google tools. So using Google Sheets is aside from this, in the Microsoft version is Excel. It's a sufficient data storage system. So you have the name of the client, the gender, everything. Because when you grow to become a bigger company and you want to now begin to you want to integrate it into a software, you need to import data from somewhere. And most of the time, the data that you import will mostly be data from Excel or CSV. So I will always recommend that Google Sheet is free. Excel sometimes can be free, but I know Google Sheet is free. Use Google Sheet, use Google Form. But someone want to buy your product, let them be able to engage the product using Google Form. Let them be able to engage the product using Google Form. So the tool, just a cheap tool. There are other tools that are more sophisticated, but since we are talking to SMEs, you want to start, I will always recommend that you start with free tools like Google.
Okay, great, thanks. Guys, if you still have questions, please drop it in the comment box so that we can ask questions. And again, the other time we could not take questions for the bookkeeping and simple accounting session that we had. And so our guest is back here to answer some of those questions. Okay, so I have a question for you on accounting, because the statistics you gave earlier is actually scary, very scary. And then you now talked about the penalty that comes with not filing for tax on a monthly basis. So my question is this: the 50K penalty default charge that was just passed into law, is it also applicable to registered businesses, like business names? Not LTD this time around. It's like you muted yourself or something.
That's true. Okay, can you hear me now?
I've unmuted, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey Ikyoya. What a powerful session.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it was awesome. Highly awesome.
That's the man teaching us marketing. Okay, now the 50,000 naira. Now there's one thing about business name that people don't still understand. And what about business name that people don't understand is whatever applies to a limited company, though not all things actually, whatever applies to a limited company when it has to do with tax applies to a name. The only thing is a business name has a more leverage when in the eyes of the government, because they know you are just a small business. But truthfully, if peradventure you make you make your filings, you make your audited account, all the likes, and you present it to the tax office, and it does not come within the stipulated time, that 50,000 naira applies to you. So it applies to both business name and limited. But the thing is, in this part of the world, business name don't file. Business name don't file.
Okay.
Out of a million business names, I can tell you maybe only 50 file. Business names don't really file.
Wow.
Statutory for
And
you.
there are no implications.
Yes, there are no implications if you don't file, but there are implications if you go and start filing. Because there will be a of course now. There will be an inflation where you there will be a time where you need maybe a tax clearance, maybe you need what's it called, a tax letter, all of the likes, and that time you will now get to their door and they will now slam you big. So as soon as the business grows, just keep doing it. That's all.
Okay, okay. CS's, the newcomer stated that an individual, that is one person, cannot register a limited liability company.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to, ask that when it comes to running a business and, with all the accounting and the rest, what's the implication? Is there an implication of a one-man business? For me, it's just like graduating from enterprise to limited, still as one person. Now, when it comes to running business, a successful business, is there any implication of that at all?
There is no implication because even most limited companies today, most limited companies, the forerunner of the company, sometimes is only one person. The other people are just in the books. Yeah, just in the registration certificates. As directors have this percentage, that percentage, but the person that runs the business is only one person. So there's no implication for one person registering as a limited company, a limited liability company. There is no implication.
Okay, then I have another question here. The
Okay.
question is, how best can a small business manage their finance? And what I mean is, in terms of making cash available, and of course, growing, maybe investing in other businesses or in other things too. How best? Is there any formula for maybe dividing money, or I just want to know if there is any formula for small businesses to invest their money or create cash flow even while they are also looking for more customers.
Okay. I think I learned that question. And now that brings me to the answer to this question is already in my book, the book I just launched last year.
Okay,
Now, in
great.
that book, there's something that I have put together, and I've been teaching about it for over 5 years now. It's called the income appropriation table. The income appropriation table. Now, the income appropriation table is a table that you use to divide or to share whatever comes into your company. Now, in my book, I have a sample there. Now, for every 50,000 that comes in, of course, some of us we do tithe. Tithe is 10%. We do maybe savings. We can do a savings of 5% or 10%. Some of us do investment of maybe 10% or 5%. Now, there is a 50% of that fund that I categorize as waste. Now, waste does not literally mean you are throwing the money away. But waste in that context means that the percentage of fund that you use to keep body and soul together. It's not used to generate more funds. Now, for example, you eat, you transport, you sleep, you rent house, all of those things are categorized in the 50%. So the income operation table is what we use as individuals and as businesses. I have a lot of businesses that use it now, and it has helped them a great deal. Because for every funds that come in, you already have a percentage of what goes to this place, what goes to this place, what goes to this place. So with the income operation table, you don't have the headache of, okay, you need to maybe save so certain amount out of this money, you need to keep a certain amount. No, that does not happen. So that has spelled it out and given you the true figure of what it should be from every money that comes in.
Oh, great. I'll talk about the book you just mentioned so that people can have an idea of what it is all about and, of
Okay.
course, the cost.
Okay, now the book is a full package of you running a successful business when it comes to structure and finance. It's called the Complete SME Guide. It's a complete guide. It tells you how to run, how to prepare a budget. It tells you how to do cash flow. It tells you how to this income and operation table I just talked to you about, the bookkeeping, the books you need to keep, the record keeping, how to handle taxation, legal and ethics, all of the things you can think of in business as it has to do with structure. It is already in that book. It has to do with the payroll, employee, all of the things you can think of is already in that book. It's a complete structure for your business. And the cost is just 5,000 naira. Just 5,000 naira. What you find in that book is more than 5,000 naira. I can bet you. I have received a lot of encomium on it. A lot of people are taking the book and started a structure in their business. I'm telling you the fact. A lot of people have used that book to create structure in their business and it's working for them. So that is just it. The complete SME guide is a complete guide. Thank you, sir.
The complete SME guide is a complete guide. I love that. I love that. Okay, so can you just share? Okay, maybe on your slide. I don't know if there is maybe your contact is there, especially for
I'm
those
not
who
sure,
want
but
to get the book.
if you need me to call it now, I can quickly do. Do I call it?
Okay, or maybe we can have it. We can have it.
Okay, I can type it then. I can type it.
What is happening?
You said?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
I can type it.
I said that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I can type it.
So to just so Mr. Jeffrey, there is a question for you. Show your face.
You want me to show my face? Okay, I'm here.
Somebody say thank you. Thank you for making us to understand the power of DM. So besides DM, how can we leverage on brand association? How can a small business owner associate with a big business owner?
Okay, that's an interesting question. DMs, thank God that you got the revelation. DMs are great. So for your question, how can small businesses owner associate with bigger business owners? There's nobody that wants to reject value. So one of the key things that I always share with people is that offer value to people. Offer value. You don't need to, when you are growing, you don't need to focus on earning. You need to focus on learning, focus on associating yourself with bigger brands. So if you have a bigger entrepreneur, like for instance, you're a makeup artist, you are just starting your business, and you have like the Tara Duro Toye that's into this business. What you need to do in association is offer your value for free to them. You offer your value for free to them and say, oh, you are going for this. Tara Duro Toye is just an example because she's like a popular person in the industry. So there are different guys in your area that they are top guys in this industry. Just offer your value. Oh, you are going for a wedding. Can I join you? Can I go with you? And you begin to post pictures on social media of I was at this event, I was in this event with this person, or you're a photographer, or you're an MC, and you serve. So the concept is serve the bigger brand, and they will pull you up to themselves, because success, most of the time, you are always invited into it. So what you need to do to associate yourself is to serve those guys, serve them, offer value to them for free.
Okay, wow, that's top notch. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, in the absence of another question, I really want to say thank you, Jeffrey, for coming around. Thank you. So,
anytime, boss.
Good to have you. Okay, so this is the contact of the accounting guru. Sorry. That's at Dimeji_okay on Instagram. You can just follow him on Instagram, or his Facebook is okay Ola Dimeji. So guys, thank you. Then there is an announcement. Yeah, I can now excuse my guest. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Good night. Okay, so guys, thank you. I really want to, appreciate you for staying with me till this end, and I must tell you that it has really, been a great time since this conference, this summit began yesterday. We've had different people come here to, teach us on, different, aspects of how to run our businesses. Now, before I leave here, I have an announcement I want to make because I know very well that some of us may need help, especially in growing our businesses. And so this is why this announcement is going to be made at this moment. So please, if you have interest in working or learning, meeting one-on-one with all of our guests, I must assure you that there is an opportunity for you to do that. Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me share this with you. Okay, excuse me just a minute. Um, just a minute, please. Okay. Okay, so I have a package here for as many that will be interested in, working with every of our guests that have come up for this summit, and it is called Wealthy Business Bundle. And what am I going to offer you in this Wealthy Business Summit? Myself with every of the guests that have been invited, in this bundle, there's going to be an hour one-on-one strategy session with you and your business, and that session is worth 50,000 naira. There will also be an access to huge discounts on all of the premium services of the guests, like the legal advisor that was around with us yesterday announced that he was going to give 20% discount on all of his services. So also there's going to be a customized marketing plan for your business, customized marketing plan, tailored made marketing plan. Whatever business you do, we are going to write a marketing plan for you, and that marketing plan is going to convert to sales. We're also going to give access to business accounting services your business ever needs, and this is valued at 100,000 naira. Also, you are going to get free copies of all my business books, and this is valued at 15,000 naira. And of course, you get free copy and free delivery of the book, The Rule of Entrepreneurship. That book, you really need to read it. It's a guide. It's a guide. It's a guide. Just like I have a book on my business companion, that's a guide too for your business. And of course, there's going to be a social media auditing service that will be granted or given to as many of you that will be coming on board this, bundle. So, guys, this bundle is worth 140,000 naira if you want to take advantage of it. But at the end of this conference, it's going to be sold for 70,000 naira. So, but for those who can take advantage of this for the next 48 hours, you're just going to get it at the rate of 40,000 naira. Everything I have mentioned, you are going to get this package. Yesterday, Terminal told us about social media visibility strategies that can be used. So all of these things you are going to get from this bundle. So if you are interested, you can just send me a DM, or you can send me message directly on 0. Let me put my number here, in case you are willing to work with every of the guests that have been invited for this conference. So guys, we are willing, if you are willing, we are willing to take your business to the next level if only you are willing. Don't forget, in the bundle, you are going to get a one-on-one strategy session with you and your business. You're also going to get discounts on all premium services. You're going to get customized marketing plans for your business. You will get access to business accounting services that your business needs. And you get free copies of all my business books. You will also get free copy of the book Rules of Entrepreneurship. That's worth 5,000 naira. And of course, it comes with a free delivery irrespective of your location. And we're also going to be auditing your social media accounts. We have a visibility strategist who is going to do that for you. That's Terminal. She was around yesterday. If you missed that session, you need to watch and watch again. So we are willing to work with you if you are willing to work with us. So that is the announcement, guys. I'll be waiting to hear from you, That's my number on the screen. So I really want to appreciate everyone that has been on this call. Thank you so much. Let me mention names of people I can see at this moment. Thank you, Akinyiga Obada Milari. Thank you for showing up strong. Thank you, Angola Esther. Thank you for showing up strong. Thank you, Omolade Grace. Thank you. Let me see other people. Oluwaseun Odebowale, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Let me see more. We have so many chats, so I just want to release every one of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your attending this conference, this summit. Thank you, and we hope that we'll connect soonest. So my number is on the screen if you are interested in working with all the guests.